Hello and welcome to Amá CONVERSA. I'm your host, Marisa Silva Rocha, Portuguese American Fadista, and I am so excited today. We have a very talented artist, and she's my personal friend. And also, if I may say, you are a great fan of my Fado, and I appreciate you so much. She came all the way from Santa Cruz to Turlock Fairgrounds to watch me with her mom, and I saw them from the stage, and I was like, no way, because you didn't tell me, and it was like a surprise, and I was like, no freaking way. So today we have Brogan. So go ahead, Brogan, the floor is yours. Let's talk a little bit about who Brogan is. Where are you from, and who is Brogan?
Okay, so my name is Brogan. I was raised in Pismo Beach, aka a Portuguese paradise, as they call it from the rally. Yeah, Pismo Beach, right downtown. Our family had almost an entire block, which was just all of our family. So very tight Pismo ties. I was in the Pismo Festa and all that.
I didn't know any of this. That's so cool. And it's funny because the other day, Hilbran told me, my husband, he was like, you know, this year I want to go to the St. Anthony Pismo Festa. And I was like,
Darla, my daughter will be walking in that Festa this year.
I'm really proud of her. We may go to that. I've never been to that. And that's like a huge.
It'll be so fun. You'll be our guest. I have a ton of family coming.
Like, oh my God.
Get a place to stay now though, because it's big.
Okay, so it's going to book really fast because it's for already next month, right? August
20th.
Okay,
19th or 20th. I think it's the 20th. It's August 20th.
How exciting.
Yeah. So I loved Pismo, but I came up to San Jose to go to college.
Oh, wow.
And I studied English. I was doing a major called creative arts, which is why I went to San Jose, which basically allows you to take whatever you wanted. You could take a music class or an art class or an English class, but I ended up sticking to English because I had my daughter in my junior year, and I was like, okay, I have more English credits. I'm just gonna go with English.
Yeah. And then your daughter Darla is amazing. She's
my whole world.
She's so cute.
So I went to keep it short, but I moved to San Jose. San Jose was very hot, so I decided to settle kind of in Santa Cruz. The temperature's a little closer to Pismo weather. So a little cooler. You got the beach. It's hard for me to be away from the beach. I started teaching. I have like my English credential. I still teach. I teach 9th grade English at Watsonville High.
But I also look at you, 9th grade English at Watsonville High.
I teach English at Watsonville High, 9th grade English, and then I also teach ethnic studies, which is a really awesome class because I luckily do have a culture and ethnicity that I can refer to help a lot of my students who are usually like kind of similar. They're like immigrants from Mexico who have similar immigration stories as our families did. So
you've been teaching for how long, Brogan? You've been teaching for how long?
8 years now.
Oh my gosh, congratulations. Almost a decade.
I know, nobody believes it. I look so young.
When you were growing up, did you think you were going to be a teacher, or what did you think?
My mom's a teacher, and
so shout out
my mom teaches. She taught PE for 3 years, and then moved on to special ed and went and got her new credential when she was a little older. I'm not going to say how much older, but let's just say she retired and then came back.
That's awesome.
She'd be so mad at me.
Warrior woman. How is she doing?
She's doing really good. She's doing great. She's with my Vol right now. They're probably watching a Dodgers game or something. I don't know if the Dodgers are playing.
Where is your Vol originally from?
So my Vu and Vol are both from Teixeira.
Oh wow!
But their parents actually came, and then my Vu moved. They kind of settled into Los Angeles area, and then my Vol settled into the Tulare area. So her family, and then my Vu ended up moving up to Layton, which is by Hanford.
That's why you guys know so many people in Tulare and Hanford.
And LA and Pismo and everywhere. Everywhere my mom goes, she knows someone or we're related to someone. Yes, you say Portuguese and your family already,
She's pretty much with Goretti Carvalho, and I'm related to Goretti because she's married to my cousin John. So that was our commonality, that we both have a connection to Goretti Carvalho. That's pretty
Oh,
cool.
I love Goretti. She's always such a shining light. In fact, I think I had a dream about her last night because I was doing this podcast. Now that you say that, I'm like, she's in my dream
Oh
last
my
night.
God. You
She's
know
just so
what? That
great.
lady was, or is and was, before her time. She's very forward thinking. She's very modern.
Yes.
She is of a older generation than us, but she is almost even more modern and forward than us, for example. Kind of like
She's
a
just really
Molly Rodriguez.
open-minded. Oh, sorry.
No, you're good. Kind of like a Molly Rodriguez, and also some artists from back in the day, like Frida
Yeah.
Kahlo, for example. They were way beyond their time, and I think Goretti is way beyond her time.
She's
And
also
go
a
ahead. I totally cut
local,
you off.
she's a local style icon. I think we have a lag as a point. Her style is just always on point. I was like, oh,
It
you
is.
look
It
great.
is. It is. It is. And as a
How can I
child, I thought she was like a superwoman, and she still is a superwoman. She had a boutique slash salon for many, many years in Watsonville. She is an amazing artist, and we're going to get into your art. We need to talk about that. She's an amazing artist, and she also plays violin, which is very cool.
Mhm.
And she's just out of the box gal, and just like you said, fashion icon. She loves fashion. And when I started singing Fado, she actually told me, like, hey, Marisa, be yourself, wear colors, be different. Don't start conforming and doing what everyone wants you to do, which is like wear black all the time and, be all
Mhm.
formal, do your own thing. Of course, keep up with the Fado traditions. And she said, be unique, be you, and
Yeah.
wear colors. But what you should always do is try to speak Portuguese as much as you can, and always, as much as you can, wear the shawl, wear the fado shawl. And
Right.
I've definitely done that. A lot of singers nowadays in fado, they do not use the shawl at all. But I think using that here in America, in California, it makes the connection a bit stronger, I think. So let's get into your art. So you've been a teacher for 8 years, but how
Yes.
long have you been an artist? Probably all your life, right?
All my life. I would say, well, I didn't really start painting until I was like 17. Actually, I was playing
Yeah.
guitar mostly before that. I got accepted into the Musicians Institute in Hollywood. I wanted to be a rock star, you know?
Hey,
Yeah. But then
art.
my dad was like, "You're 16, you're not moving to Hollywood by yourself," which I'm grateful. He kind of made that decision, pulled the plug on. So I was like, you know what, I'm stressed, and I started painting. He bought me like an oil painting set, and I just like fell in love with the process. And it was something I could do quietly without bothering people.
There's something that I have
Oh,
not done yet. I've not used oil. I've
oh,
only used acrylics, and I want to start experimenting with oils, because acrylics, as you know, they dry so fast. They dry so
mhm.
fast, and it's hard for me to realize what I want, because the product is literally drying before my eyes. So that's why
Yeah.
I want to get into oil. And I have an artist uncle in Portugal. He's my dad's brother, and all
Hmm.
he does is oil painting. And he's told me years ago, like, Marisa, your stuff's amazing, but you need to try oil. So that's
Yeah,
cool.
it's
So
so
you do
alive
everything in
and
oil.
workable. The workability is really great. You just are allowed to, I don't know, sit with your idea for longer, kind of like what you were saying.
Yes.
So it's great. I love oil painting. I do a lot of different things. I write poetry.
Oh, wow.
I have my business that I'm my business too. I'm an entrepreneur. I think
Yes.
you and Goretti kind of all have that in common where we're just
We
like,
do.
doing all the things. We've got that Portuguese hustle, like,
We're very creative, and we have our
mhm,
hands in different pots because we are attracted and have passions for different things. I honestly did
right.
not know you wrote poetry. So as a fadista, that's a good thing to keep in my back
Oh,
pocket, right?
definitely. I think we've talked about this before, how and it kind of comes back to what you were saying about, creating your own style while also bringing in the Portuguese tradition,
Yes.
of like maybe starting some kind of a music group where yes, it's got Portuguese roots, but we're also kind of expressing what we've gathered here in California in terms of
Yes.
who we are, you know? So
Yes, absolutely. And you actually wanted to get into guitarra portuguesa because you already play viola, so you want to
yeah.
kind of start learning that, and I think that's amazing. That's
Yeah,
amazing.
I bought a really nice one with like it was like Brazilian wood and um it was really gorgeous. I still have it.
Good,
I
good.
went to Portugal and
And had a time of your
I
life.
had that time I like I was watching people play this thing and I was like, I'm never gonna be that good. There's like no way I could
So
ever.
hard. It's
It
so
is
hard.
so hard. I was just like watching them and like no music. It was incredible. And the strings are really, really thick. Like you need super strong
Yeah.
fingers just to get like tonal notes by hitting the
Painful.
frets
It's
properly.
actually really painful when you
Yeah.
start learning. I mean, just like you learning guitar, it gets painful. But
Yeah. I
when
thought it would be much more transferable than it actually is.
oh no, it's not
And
because
it's not at all.
for example, I'm just gonna give a little shout out to my good friend Angelo Eidas. He's been learning the Portuguese guitar. I don't know how many years now, but he's actually professional at viola, at guitar, like regular guitar, right?
Yeah.
And he will tell you straight up, it is so hard to play guitarra portuguesa. It's like you
So
have
hard.
to because our brain is muscle memory, right? So
Yeah.
you gotta deconstruct the memory you have on playing guitar and start a whole new process because it's not the same. It's
And then
not.
they have the uñas, you gotta
You
tape them
have
on
the
your finger.
orange, and a lot of people make their own orange because the ones that they sell, it just doesn't work for everyone. It's not like a one size fits all. So many
Yeah.
times the musicians find themselves creating their own orange, and they create it from so many different things. I've seen so many different materials, and some even get like acrylic on their actual nails and let their nails
Yeah.
grow as well.
I think that's the way to go. For guitar, I tried to keep my acrylic nail on this finger,
Yeah.
but I hate having it here and it's weird going to the manicurist and be like, "Can you make these short and like these three long?" And then people are
Oh
gonna be like,
yes, I do for you,
"Are you?"
honey. $5 extra.
I
$5
know.
extra.
I'm just like it's a weird request, and then you have all these like glamorous ladies in there getting their long nails. So I'm just like, I'm just gonna keep my nails short.
Yeah. No,
I
no.
don't want to look like answer questions all day long. Like,
I'm
what's up
always
with
the
your weird
one with the
nails?
weird requests when I get my nails done. They're like, "Oh, here
Yeah.
comes this freaking bozo again with her freaking list of things." But honestly, I love nails. Nails are an expression, just like art. And I think if you are like into drawing and painting,
Yeah.
getting your nails done is like a whole experience. And they're like, "Oh, here comes this chick. Here comes this chick again."
Yeah.
But we actually did a show together. It was last year or was it 2021? It was 2022, right?
Yeah, it
Yeah.
was last year. Last like February or March.
Yeah, so it was
Yeah.
last year and it was an art slash fado show at
It was
Rad
so fun.
Academy and it was with Goretti Carvalho. And we
Mhm.
did, it was a very good turnout. You had that room packed with people, truly was packed. We showcased our artwork. I showcased my dad's artwork. You showcased yours. Goretti showcased hers. It was very beautiful. Then I sang some fados and there was people there that had never heard fados before. So it was very,
Yeah.
very cool. Can you talk a little bit about Rad Academy and what exactly is this?
Yeah. So Rad Academy is a space in Aptos near Rio Del Mar Beach.
Love that
And
space.
I own it. I had hoped to have more employees, but as I kept going, I was like, I'm just gonna do everything myself. Like very,
Yeah.
very like Portuguese mindset.
And you
Also,
started kind of around the pandemic, or the pandemic was ending, and then you started the Rad Academy.
yeah, I started at the end of the pandemic, hoping things would go good, and then Omicron hit, so like the second wave hit.
Mm-hmm.
So there was a lot of, I mean, every business owner goes through struggles. They always say like it's the first 3 years you got to get through them, and
Yeah.
then you
No,
should be okay after that.
we learned that in
Yeah,
business school that the first
yeah,
5 years you're going to be in the red. Okay.
yeah,
Then after the 3 to 5 years, you're going to start getting some traction. You're going to start to grow. So please, if you're starting a business or you're in that red right now, just like probably we all are, right?
right.
Give up. Just keep going. You can't
Keep
give up
going.
so easily, so fast. You got to keep going.
Yeah, and so we do like classes and camps. There's actually two parts to it. So we have our like for profit, which are the classes and camps, We have a nonprofit where we provide scholarships for like underserved people. I'm trying to give
our event was for scholarships, right?
It was for scholarships, yeah. So what I like to do is kind of help single moms out. I was a single mom for a while. Like I have a boyfriend now, but I still consider myself a single mom, you know?
Yes,
and I know how difficult it can be if you don't have education, if you don't have that background. You never know what some of these women go through, and they deserve to have their kids somewhere safe with high quality educational learning experiences so they can take a break or look for work or, you know, do their thing.
What a beautiful concept.
So that's kind of the Rad Academy thing. We also rent the space. So I'm actually, if anyone's in the Aptos area and you want to teach Portuguese, like please come talk to me because I would love to have.
You see my face open right now, girl?
Yeah.
I'm gonna rent that space because
rent the space.
You know, I opened up a business here in Hillmar called The Glow Up. It's a little boutique space within First Street Studio. It's a salon. So I'm kind of in a way snowballing kind of what Goretti did. She had a salon with a boutique in it. This is already a salon, and my boutique is just a room in there, but it is very, very cute. And I think I want to do a pop-up at your
please do it. I would love that.
I would love that too. Oh my God. Okay. I'm gonna keep that in mind.
Absolutely. And so I've had people come teach oil painting classes there. I do like birthday parties with like an art.
And your space is beautiful. I love the high ceilings. It's near Rio Del Mar, which Rio Del Mar and Twin Lakes are my two favorite beaches in Santa Cruz County. I absolutely love that. Your location is perfect. So I did not know you were actively renting. This is good. This is great.
Yeah, the whole time. And I've had people buy, you know, the issue I'm having is like, you have to have sort of an already entrepreneurial mind, which you do, you know what I mean? Because people come to rent and they'll be like, I have this idea. And I'll be like, okay, here are the things you need to do. You know what I mean? They're like,
where do I begin?
Yeah. It's like, yeah, it's work.
It's a lot of work. It's a lot of work.
Being an entrepreneur is a lot of work, but it's so fun. It's so rewarding. Yes. I've learned so many skills, like website design. I started doing merch for Rad Academy. I fell in love with it and like branched out to doing t-shirts. Yeah. So my Etsy was going great.
Very excited for your Etsy shop, by the way.
Yeah. I've been doing designs, a lot of Portuguese designs. And I was doing kind of like a print on demand model, but my the second review I got, so I've already had like a few sales. The second review I got was a product I was like so in love with. And the lady was like, this is low quality. And I was so disappointed that I went and just recently bought all my own printing presses. I got sublimation printers. I got like a Cricut machine. I'm going to do it all myself because I could not stand the fact that I had no control over the process and the product.
So you were sourcing it out initially.
I was sourcing it out
yourself.
Yeah. So now in the back of Rad Academy, I'm going to have a whole like print shop. And I really want to focus on Portuguese products. Because those a majority of my sales were like, I have a Portuguese AF sticker that was like, I'm super into. It has like the Rooster of Barcelos. And I love your designs that you got. So I can make those for you.
And we're going to collab. Very soon.
Yeah. And I will have, more control over pricing, more control over product quality. Like I can pick different quality. So I'm just like, I was like, I'm not going to go through these.
Hi, Darla.
Oh, they said hi to you, Darla. You want to come say hi?
So cute.
This Darla.
She has a beautiful face. That girl.
Side maid for St. Patrick's, the Watsonville Festa. You'll see her
at the Festa.
Pismo. She said she saw you at the Festa.
At the San Jose one. You look so beautiful.
Online. In the picture, yeah.
It was hot, right? It was hot.
It wasn't terrible. I think Gilroy was hotter. Yeah. Gilroy was a lot hotter. And the San Jose, you don't walk too far.
Yeah.
Walking like a circle right there in Little Portugal.
Parade. We have a nice size parade. Not too big, not too small. The perfect length. I know.
And that church is just the most beautiful place in the whole world.
It's surreal, isn't it?
It's so beautiful. Oh my God.
Like when you're in Faivoon's church, I mean, this is just me, and I'm even getting the chills just talking about it.
Yeah.
When you're in there, it's kind of it's a very powerful energy. You can
the architecture and the art.
The architecture, the stained glass, the art, the statues, the high ceilings. The thing is over 100 years old. Just to know that my great grandparents helped with building that church, it's a crazy, powerful feeling to be in there. You can feel the energy from the generations and the souls that have already passed. And even just to sing in there, like I had the experience to sing with the choir with my mom. My mom
got to sing in there. Oh my God, the
yes,
acoustics must be amazing.
It's a crazy acoustics. My mom has been in that choir for over 50 years, and she went to school there. I went to school there, and then I had my own fado concert there. Thank you to Padre Senhor Tony Silveira. Thank you so much for that. And that experience was crazy because, like you said, the acoustics in there is so beautiful. And I was so emotional during that concert because it was very surreal for me.
It's like transcendent, where you like leave the earth for a little bit, and art is very transcendent as well. So having that combined must be incredible.
And what are some things that you have in the works for us? So you have the Etsy shop revving up. You have Rad Academy that's still rocking and rolling. Is there? And you're still a teacher for 8 years. Still strong. Watsonville High. Shout out Watsonville High.
Watsonville High. Love Watsonville High.
What else do you have revving up?
You know,
the sky is the limit. You know that.
I know that. Oh, I like this podcasting thing. I was actually going to ask you, like, how do I do in the podcast? Because I like the idea of bringing specifically like women in. And then I also do that ethnic studies stuff. I wouldn't know how I would go about it, but I think the podcasting idea is great.
Podcast. I would definitely be your #1 support. I would share it. I would do whatever you want. I think more people need to do it, and just it's very informational and also inspirational because you never know who's going to come on, and some of their stories are just very touching, and you never know who you specifically are inspiring right now. Maybe some kid is watching this and like, hey, I want to paint, or hey, I want to have my own Rad Academy or help her out. That's pretty cool, right? You never know.
Oh, well, I take so a lot of the kids come do their community service at Rad Academy because for high school they have to have 40 hours. So that's another way kids could get involved. I've had kids like make boba for birthday parties. I've had them, they got to work at the gallery. So you get to learn skills about art or working with kids. I have some kids doing like business stuff because they're interested in business. So it's like it's a good learning opportunity. A lot of the kids are like 14, so they don't really have job yet, you know? But they can get that experience, and I always write really bomb recommendations because I got the English degree, you know?
So anyone around Watsonville area, if you need service hours, Brogan's your girl to go to.
Yeah, and I know how to guide teens because I work with them, you know, like I love working with teenagers, and it's just like it's a chill environment. I give them a little responsibility, and they love that because they're just like kind of coming into, you know, high school and getting their license and getting jobs. So it's a cool like transition, and then I get a little help, and I can also help them out, and that's kind of
it's a win-win, and that's what life is all about. Life is about helping others because the universe will reward you, and sometimes it'll reward you in double. So let's continue that. Spread the kindness like a glitter all over the place, and miracles happen every day and every moment.
Oh, and we had an idea of taking people to Portugal together, which I don't think we should give up on. We canceled it because you had a baby.
We're not going to give up on that idea. Yes.
How dare you have that baby?
So in the future,
but I think that would be great because we could do the art tours, we could do the music tours.
Absolutely.
And just have a great time.
Have our own tour to Portugal. Hopefully one day soon we can do that and go to all the fado houses, go to all the art museums, and have a great experience with
great food.
Great food. Don't talk to me about the food. I'm going to get sad real quick here.
I get to take people to the Pessoa Museum. That was my favorite place in the whole world. In his old apartment. Have you been there in Lisbon?
Oh, I want to go to we're going to go to the Amália Rodrigues Museum. We must.
Okay. Yeah. So we'll switch museums there. We'll trade.
Yes, absolutely.
Because it was like, he has this whole book collection there, and you can just browse his books, and even online, even if you haven't yet, you could go online and see they printed every single page of every book in his library, and it's all available for free online, and you can like read books in Portuguese. They have bilingual translations. Some of the books are even like German and stuff.
I did
It's
not
really
know
cool.
that. How many
Yeah,
books? How many books?
I don't know, but there's a ton. There's poetry books. There's like mystical books on like astrology and things like that, and
All the stuff that
Portuguese
I love.
culture.
All
Yeah,
the
it's
stuff that
just
I love.
he was a great mind. And he's so creative. He had all those different personalities he wrote from. Like he's just,
That's definitely
you know,
something to look into and
yeah.
research about and get knowledgeable about, honestly.
Yeah, no, totally. The check the library out online. The website's in English and Spanish and Portuguese.
Perfect.
So
Perfect.
yeah,
And
and
then,
I'm sure in other languages too. I don't know who else is like
oh,
maybe
I'm sure.
French. I don't know.
I'm sure. I'm sure. So any more plans to go to Portugal in the future soon, you think?
I'm waiting. So my personal travel is always like serendipitous. So every now and then I'll look for tickets, and if I see just like I saw tickets to Barcelona for $250, I'll like boom, buy it, and I'll just arrange my life around these cheap tickets, you know?
I don't even look because I'm
Yeah.
impulsive as well. I
Yeah.
don't even look at that because you
I
never.
but if it's under like a certain amount, I don't like spending $1,000 for a flight. You know what I mean? So a lot of my travel plans happen like when I
Because
went
it
to
takes
Portugal.
so much to make $1,000. Like it
Yes.
takes so much hard work to make $1,000.
Yeah. So for the last Portugal trip I took, I bought my tickets 3 days before I went.
Oh, look at you, girl.
I just took off, and everyone's like, "What? You're going to Portugal?" I was like, "Yeah, I'll see you in a week or whatever." You know, like bye.
Or see you never. Who knows?
Yeah. Watch
Well,
my kid, make sure she doesn't hurt herself, and
Brogan, this has been so amazing
it
connecting
really.
with you. And anytime you want to come back to the podcast, as portas estão sempre abertas for you. And every
Oh,
episode, we're going to end on a positive note. So we're
okay.
going to end with the mantra of the day. And the mantra of the day for today is, if you don't like something, change it. If you can't change it, then change your attitude, mindset. This is Maya Angelou, and that is so true. It's
Yeah.
all about mindset. If you have a positive mindset, that is putting out positive energy. When you put the positive energy out, it attracts more positive things to occur in your life. It's true. It sounds kind of
Absolutely.
weird, but it's true. It's true.
No, mindset's everything. All these athletes that go and win, they already know they're going to Muhammad Ali. You know what I mean? Like mindset's everything.
Mindset is everything.
Yeah.
And so, is there anything else you want to say to the listeners before we hop off?
No, thank you for listening. It's been a great honor. I love, your music. As you know, it's made me cry several times. I'm super proud to be Portuguese. I'm so glad that this community is so tight and that there's so many opportunities within the Portuguese community and knowing people and celebrating our culture forever and passing it down to our kids. So
that's what it's all about. We are
yeah.
trying to persevere with our culture for the next generation. Because I was talking to my husband last night, the older generation, the OGs, the original gangsters of our community, they are all passing away little by little, and that breaks my heart. So it's our responsibility and due diligence to continue for our daughters, for the generation. Yes, please.
And speaking of, for people listening to this, I know a lot of people my age who want to learn how to make festa capes, and it's a dying art form. So if there's anyone who could come and teach a workshop, I have the perfect spot for it.
Yes.
I can get all the materials. I will purchase them myself to learn this art form.
I can help you orchestrate as well.
So like I was like, no, I'm talking to Portuguese people. Please, somebody come either teach Portuguese or teach us how to make festa capes the old way. Yes. And there's so many people who want to learn this, and the people who are making them are, like you said, they're getting older and they're becoming few and far between.
We need to learn these skills. We definitely need to learn these skills, and that's why I get so anxious. And my husband's like, "Hey, calm down. Everything will be fine." And I'm just like, "No, you don't understand. These people are like, we need these people. So now we're gonna have to be those people, Brogan.
We are the people. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Maybe we could do like a 3-day workshop in Rio Del Mar. People from Massachusetts and stuff could come, and we all just learn how to make festa capes together.
Idaho people want to learn too, because they're
okay
with our traditions as well. So
excellent.
Thank you, Brogan. I hope to see you again in person soon. Okay.
Yeah, definitely. I'm gonna show up in your shop one day, just super random.
Yes, please.
How far are you from Hanford?
From Hanford, about an hour and a half.
Okay, that's not bad.
Not too bad.
I'm gonna come by.
All right, love. Right. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. And I'm always a fan of yours.
Me too. I'm your biggest fan.
Thank you,
right. Bye.
Bye.